Hey everybody, welcome back. James here again with you today, and I want to make a short video about this knife. This is the Ozark Trail from Walmart. It's a bait knife, and when I picked it up over the summertime, it was like $3 in the sporting goods aisle. And you can see it's been used, and truth be told, this has to be one of the best knives for $3 that I've ever bought. And then some. For some reason, when I came home, this knife was pretty decently sharp. It came with the sheath too for $3, just like that. It looks just like a Mora. I believe the blade is, let me see here, I got a tape measure. So like right under 4 inches from the tip, probably 4 inches or so. But so I came home after I bought this, and it was pretty decently sharp. But the problem was I couldn't feel how sharp it was because they had this zip tied. They had the knife zip tied into the case or in the sheath, and it clips on. You can see it's a pretty nice sheath and heavy duty. It's like a copy of a Mora. But for $3, I couldn't beat it. And I came home. Felt the blade, made sure everything was legit. This is actually rated for salt water, and so what I did was I stropped the knife and honed it on a very fine honing stone, and then I strapped it with a leather strap. Well, I got it pretty sharp. I didn't think, I didn't care about getting it, scary razor sharp or anything like that. Well, it was enough to shave my hair off my arm, and I was done with it. I put it away. Deer season roll around this past weekend, Sunday, I harvested 2 deer, and I actually used this knife to get the meat off the deer, skin it and get most of the meat off. I used a fillet knife for the delicate cuts like the fillets and the back straps, inner loins, but this knife cut through everything on that deer that I did. I did 2 deer with this without even sharpening. So I'm going to go ahead and wash it. I'm going to show you guys a test. But for $3, I could not believe this. I mean, this knife is something else. Like I said, it's salt water rated, so I don't understand why it's made so well, and how it's made so well, but it retained its sharpness, and that's what you want. And usually less expensive knives don't do that because of the steel quality. And depending on how they're sharpened, and from the factory, this thing, like I said, was pretty good, pretty sharp, but it wasn't, razor sharp or anything. So I honed it and stropped it and got it to where I could shave the hair off my arm. And a buddy came over, and I was processing my deer with this knife. Like I said, probably about 95% of the deer, both deer, got done with this knife. Cut through a little bit of bone here and there. Didn't do any filleting because I used a fillet knife for that, for the inner loins and the back straps. And the reason why I'm cleaning this, because I'm going to show you a test, just to show you how sharp it was. Because I did this when I was processing the deer. My friend was over, and I midway processing the deer, I shaved the hair off my arm with this knife. It was still sharp. I'm almost done here. But like I said, it looks just like a Mora knife. And for $3, you cannot beat this. And I really didn't. I just finally honed the knife. That's all I did, and stropped it. I didn't really do any new edge or anything. I didn't do none of that. I just ran it across a fine stone and stropped the knife, and that was it. So I'm going to wipe it dry here off the soapy water. And you can tell the blade quality, I mean, it's not polished or nothing like that. It's layered metal. but the edge of it, for some reason, is so good from the store. I'll show you guys something here. And mind you guys, I did not put that good of an edge on this or fine tune the edge as it came from the factory. And that is after 2 deer. Like I said, about 95% of the deer got done with this knife. I could not believe it. I mean, it just blew my mind. And like I said, saltwater rated, cutting for bait. And this thing is just phenomenal. I could not believe it. Feels really good in the hands. Got some nice texturing. Like I said, it was great for processing the deer because the blade was just long enough. Didn't need anything longer. 4 inches or so. It's just an amazing little knife, and I highly suggest it for the money. I mean, I couldn't believe it. $3, and it did the deer that way. I mean, just crazy. So, anyways, guys, hope you liked the video. Appreciate you watching as always. Thanks again.